Okay, here's a quick video on two topics that you might find helpful. The first is how I went about eliminating the cases that had not provided any answers in the qualitative, like longer answer questions. I made an if statement that says if this value in this cell here is less than 1, then make this a 1, otherwise make it a 0. So this will make a 1 for everyone that had either negative 99 or 0 in this column. And so that's the variable I used. And then what I did is on a new sheet, so I made a new data set, and I made a thing called Reduced Sample, and I pasted that data in here, and then I deleted all the cases that had 1s next to them after sorting by that variable. So if we scroll over here, we can see these are no longer in the case ID order. Okay, and if we look, I think over here, yeah, you'll see that narrative missing is all a bunch of zeros. So, and then I deleted the cases where there were 1s. So we can see we only have about 80 people left in the sample. And so what I'm going to do here is the second part. Hopefully you understood how to get rid of the cases you don't need on a separate sheet, not your main sheet, but a separate one where you're looking at the reduced sample. And the reason I did that is I want to use this variable here, birthday/vomit/game, which is where people mentioned in this narrative over here something about a birthday party, being 21, throwing up, or doing pre-game or some sort of drinking game. Okay. And then I have other variables that I've used in some of my regressions and exploration. And what I'm going to do now is show you how to make descriptive stats on all of them really quickly and easily. And the way you do that is you're going to type equals min, which stands for minimum, and then we're going to click drag this range right here until we get down to the end there. Okay, and then hit enter, and it puts a parenthesis at the end automatically. And then we're going to go in there and we're going to change the reference so that there's a $sign in front of the number 6 and a $sign in front of the number 85. And you can see that on this sheet I have 4 rows that I've left blank because I'm going to calculate the minimum, the mean, and the mode, and the maximum here. And so for the mean, I just have to change this word here to mean. Nope, average. I have to use the word average. Cool. And then change this one to mode. Enter. And this one to max. Like that. Okay, and the reason I put the $sign in is that means that when I filled this down, it was still always referring to the rows where the data starts and ends. We don't need to do these descriptive things for the case IDs because that doesn't really make any sense. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this and then fill it across until we get here to the last variable. And voila, we have descriptive stats on our variables that we're using. This information we can put into another format for our key variables that actually appear in our analysis and do a brief descriptive table that has the concept name and has the minimum, the mean, the mode, and the maximum in columns. So it would actually change the sort of orientation of the data somewhat. And I'll show you how to do that later, but this is a good first step. And you'll notice that I put this at the top because it makes it easy to see, so I'm not going to use this sheet to do any sort of analysis with other than just these descriptive things. All right, that's it.